So CM Punk and Logan Paul, two of the most polarizing figures in wrestling, just got absolutely jumped by the Vision's Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed on Raw, and WWE expects us to feel sympathy for them. Are you serious right now? Punk has been running his mouth for weeks acting like he's untouchable, and Logan is a part-time celebrity who only shows up when it benefits him, and now that they're getting their comeuppance from two of the hungriest, most dangerous wrestlers on the roster, we're supposed to be outraged. This is either the Vision establishing themselves as the most ruthless faction in WWE, or it's WWE desperately trying to make us care about two guys who frankly might deserve exactly what they got. And what Bron and Bronson did to these two has everyone questioning whether Punk and Logan can even make it to their next matches. Before we break down every brutal moment of this attack and what it means for the Vision's warpath, answer this: did CM Punk and Logan Paul deserve this beating, or did Bron and Bronson cross a line? Be brutally honest in the comments now. Monday Night Raw just delivered absolute chaos when the Vision's Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed launched a devastating two-man assault on CM Punk and Logan Paul, and the implications are massive for WWE's landscape heading forward. This wasn't just a random attack, this was a statement from two of the most physically dominant wrestlers in the company. Let's break down exactly what happened because every detail reveals the Vision's strategy and how dangerous they've become. CM Punk was apparently in the ring or backstage, possibly cutting a promo or preparing for a segment, when the Vision struck. Bron Breakker's intensity is unmatched. The genetic freak, the second-generation superstar, the Intercontinental Champion who moves like a cruiserweight despite being 230 pounds of pure muscle. When Bron attacks, it's explosive and terrifying. Bronson Reed is a monster. At 330 pounds, he shouldn't be able to move the way he does. His tsunami splash is one of the most devastating moves in WWE. When Reed targets you, you're in serious danger. These two together represent the perfect combination of speed and power. Bron provides the athleticism and intensity, Reed brings the overwhelming force. It's a nightmare scenario for anyone they target. CM Punk was apparently the first victim. The best in the world, the voice of the voiceless, the man who's been WWE's biggest acquisition in years, getting absolutely destroyed by two rising stars. The visual alone is powerful. But then Logan Paul got involved or was also targeted. The social media mogul turned wrestler, the part-timer who gets massive opportunities, finding himself in the Vision's crosshairs. Whether he tried to help Punk or was a separate target, Logan got wrecked too. The double assault was brutal. Bron hitting his devastating spear, Reed crushing both men with tsunami splashes. The combination of their offense left both Punk and Logan laying, possibly injured, definitely humiliated. The attack sends a clear message: the Vision doesn't care about your reputation, your star power, or your status. If you're in their way, you're getting eliminated. That's dangerous faction mentality. WWE officials eventually broke it up, but the damage was done. Both Punk and Logan were left in bad shape, raising questions about their ability to compete in upcoming matches. Have you ever been attacked by multiple people at once? How helpless did that feel? Share if you're comfortable. Now let's talk about the Vision as a faction because adding Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed to their ranks makes them one of the most physically imposing groups WWE has assembled. These aren't just good wrestlers, these are destroyers. The Vision's membership is crucial to understanding their threat level. We've already seen Brock Lesnar join them on SmackDown. Now we have Bron and Reed on Raw. This is a multi-brand invasion. Their philosophy seems to be about dominance through overwhelming force. They're not playing mind games or being strategic in a traditional sense. They're just destroying everyone in their path. Bron Breakker brings legitimacy through his family legacy. The Steiner bloodline is wrestling royalty. But Bron isn't writing his name, he's proving he's worthy of it through his performances. Bron's Intercontinental Championship reign has been solid, but aligning with the Vision takes him to another level. Now he's not just a mid-card champion, he's part of something bigger. Bronson Reed has been criminally underutilized until recently. The man is capable of incredible things but hasn't gotten the opportunities he deserves. The Vision gives him purpose and direction. Reed's association with the Vision instantly elevates him. He's no longer just the big guy, he's a key member of the most dangerous faction in WWE. That's the rub he needed. Together, Bron and Reed can beat anyone. Put them against any tag team, any combination of singles wrestlers, and they have a legitimate chance to win. That's what makes them valuable. The Vision targeting both Punk and Logan simultaneously shows ambition. They're not going after one person at a time, they're eliminating multiple threats at once. That's efficient and brutal. Who do you think is the most dangerous member of the Vision, Brock, Bron, or Bronson? Make your case. Here's what's making people absolutely furious: CM Punk getting attacked by the Vision proves that no matter where he goes, drama and violence follow him. Is Punk the problem, or does he just attract chaos? Think about Punk's history. In WWE originally, constant conflicts. In UFC, controversial fights. In AEW, the backstage incident that got him suspended. now back in WWE, getting jumped by factions. The common denominator is Punk. Maybe Punk's attitude and his tendency to speak his mind make him a target. When you're as outspoken and opinionated as Punk, you make enemies. The Vision might just be the latest group tired of Punk's act. Punk has been acting like he's above everyone since returning to WWE, the legend who graces us with his presence. Maybe the Vision decided to humble him and show him he's not untouchable. But here's the counterargument: Punk is a magnet for great storylines. Everywhere he goes, interesting things happen. That's the mark of a true star. The chaos follows him because he's that important. Punk didn't ask to be attacked. He was doing his job, and the Vision jumped him. That's not Punk's fault, that's the Vision being aggressive and establishing dominance. Maybe Punk is targeted because he's the best in the world. The Vision wants to prove they can hang with the elite, so they go after the biggest names. Punk is a victim of his own success. The question is whether WWE will use this to evolve Punk's character. Does getting attacked humble him, make him more paranoid? Or does it just make him more determined to destroy the Vision? Does CM Punk attract problems, or is he just a victim of circumstances? This is a philosophical wrestling debate. Let's discuss Logan Paul's involvement, because him getting attacked alongside Punk creates interesting dynamics. Logan is already controversial just for existing in WWE, and now he's tangled with the Vision. Logan Paul represents everything hardcore wrestling fans resent. He's a celebrity getting opportunities that wrestlers who've dedicated their lives to the business don't get. The Vision attacking him might be symbolic. Bron and Reed are full-time wrestlers who grind constantly. They're on the road, working house shows, paying dues. Logan shows up occasionally for big matches. That creates natural resentment. The Vision attacking Logan could be sending a message to WWE: stop giving spots to part-timers and celebrities. Give opportunities to the people who are here every week. That's a statement fans can get behind. But Logan has actually been good in his matches. He's athletic, he learns quickly, he's had surprisingly excellent performances. He's not just phoning it in, he's actually trying to be good at wrestling. Logan getting destroyed alongside Punk also positions him as being on Punk's level in the Vision's eyes. That's elevation for Logan. If the Vision sees him as enough of a threat to attack, that's respect in a twisted way. The question is how Logan responds. Does he fight back? Does he team with Punk for revenge? Does he retreat and go back to his part-time schedule? His response reveals his character. This could be the storyline that either makes Logan a real wrestler in fans' eyes, or exposes him as someone who can't hang when things get serious. It's a test. Should Logan Paul even be in storylines with full-time wrestlers like Punk, or should he stay in his celebrity lane? Where's the line? Now let's talk about the strategy behind the Vision's attack. Why target both Punk and Logan specifically? What's the larger plan? Nothing in wrestling happens randomly, especially not coordinated faction attacks. One possibility: the Vision is eliminating competition. They're going through WWE's biggest names one by one, taking them out before they can organize resistance. Punk and Logan were just the next targets. Another possibility: the Vision is trying to create chaos. By attacking stars on Raw while Brock attacks people on SmackDown, they're creating the impression that nowhere is safe. That psychological warfare is effective. A third possibility: Punk and Logan were targeted together because they represent different aspects of WWE that the Vision opposes. Punk represents the indie darling turned legend, and Logan represents celebrity outsider. The Vision rejects both. The timing matters too. If this attack happened close to a premium live event, it might be designed to write Punk or Logan out of matches, or create injury angles that change card lineups. Bron and Reed working together specifically shows the Vision has strategy. They're not just random violence, they're coordinated strikes with specific targets. That's more dangerous than mindless chaos. The fact that WWE officials had to break it up suggests the Vision went too far in WWE's storyline eyes. That establishes them as uncontrollable, which makes them more threatening. If the Vision continues this pattern of attacking major stars, eventually WWE will have to respond with force. Maybe that's when we get a big War Games or elimination match with the Vision against everyone they've wronged. What's the Vision's endgame? What are they ultimately trying to accomplish? Power? Championships? Respect? Theorize. Here's a controversial take: maybe CM Punk and Logan Paul getting wrecked is the best thing for both of their characters because it gives them vulnerability and stakes they've been missing. Punk has been protected since returning to WWE. He's won most of his feuds, been positioned strongly, rarely been made to look weak. Getting destroyed by the Vision shows he's not invincible. Vulnerability makes characters more interesting, not less. If Punk can lose, if he can be hurt, if he can be humbled, that creates drama. Stakes only exist when outcomes are uncertain. Logan has been criticized for being too successful too fast. Every match he's in, he looks amazing. Getting wrecked by legitimate wrestlers like Bron and Reed shows there are levels to this business. Both Punk and Logan now have motivation for revenge. That's fuel for future feuds. The attack isn't an ending, it's a beginning of multiple storylines. Wrestling needs consequences. Not everyone can win all the time. Sometimes the bad guys need to win to establish threat level. The Vision winning this exchange makes them matter. But the risk is making Punk and Logan look weak permanently. If they don't get revenge, if they don't come back stronger, the attack just buries them. Follow through is crucial. WWE needs to build to a payoff where Punk and Logan, either together or separately, get their comeuppance against Bron and Reed. That eventual victory will mean more because of this beating. The best wrestling stories involve characters being knocked down and fighting their way back up. This attack is the knockdown part. Now we need the comeback part. Do beatdowns make wrestlers more interesting or do they just damage their credibility? It depends on the follow-up, right? Here's what WWE absolutely must do to make this attack meaningful and not just random violence. First, show consequences. Punk and Logan should be injured or at least selling the attack heavily. If they're fine next week, the attack meant nothing. Second, give the Vision a promo explaining why they did this. We need to understand their motivation. Random violence is less interesting than purposeful destruction. Third, build to revenge matches. Punk vs. Bron, Logan vs. Reed, or tag matches with various combinations. The attack needs to lead somewhere. Fourth, make the Vision look unstoppable for a while. They need to win several confrontations before eventually being stopped. That's how you build a faction. Fifth, connect this to the larger Vision storyline. If Brock is on SmackDown, Bron and Reed are on Raw, what's the connection? Is there a leader coordinating everything? Sixth, eventually give Punk and Logan their comeback. Whether it's at a premium live event or on TV, they need to overcome the Vision to complete the story. What match stipulation would be perfect for Punk/Logan versus Bron/Reed? What would make their eventual confrontation must-see? Let me give you my prediction for how this entire situation plays out. I think Punk will be injured and miss some TV time, building sympathy and anticipation for his return. WWE will air vignettes of him recovering and plotting revenge. I think Logan will stay on TV but be more cautious, paranoid about the Vision attacking again. This adds character depth to show him actually affected by the attack. I think Bron and Reed will continue their reign of terror on Raw, attacking other wrestlers and establishing dominance. They become the most feared duo on the brand. I think eventually Punk returns and challenges either Bron or Reed to a match. The build will be intense with Punk promising to destroy them for the attack. I think Logan gets involved, possibly teaming with Punk reluctantly. They don't like each other but need each other to fight the Vision. Uneasy alliance storytelling. I think at a major show, we get Punk and Logan versus Bron and Reed in a brutal match. Punk and Logan win but barely, proving the Vision is legitimate even in defeat. I think after losing, the Vision doesn't disband. They regroup and continue being threats, just not unbeatable. This keeps them relevant long-term. Do you agree with my predictions? What would you book differently? Give me your fantasy booking from start to finish. Here's my final take on the Vision's Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed attacking CM Punk and Logan Paul. This is exactly the kind of aggressive booking that makes factions feel dangerous. The Vision isn't just talking, they're acting and leaving destruction in their wake. Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed are being positioned perfectly. They're not just members of a faction, they're threats who can main event based on this exposure. CM Punk taking losses and beatings is good for wrestling. He can't be protected forever. Showing vulnerability makes his eventual victories more satisfying. Logan Paul being in this storyline legitimizes him whether fans like it or not. The Vision sees him as worthy of attacking, which means WWE sees him as important. The Vision is becoming WWE's most interesting faction in years. They have the right combination of star power, Brock, rising stars, Bron, and monsters, Reed. That's a complete roster. Raw needed this kind of shocking violence to create water cooler moments. This is the type of segment that gets people talking and sharing clips on social media. Now I need your complete thoughts on everything. On a scale of 1 to 10, how brutal was this attack? Did CM Punk and Logan Paul deserve this beatdown? Who's more dangerous, Bron Breakker or Bronson Reed? Should Punk and Logan team up for revenge or handle it separately? Is the Vision the best faction in WWE right now? What's your dream match involving any Vision member? Will Punk and Logan eventually get their revenge or will the Vision stay dominant? Smash that like button if this attack shocked you. Subscribe to Wrestling Newsletter because we're covering every development in the Vision's warpath. Hit that notification bell. Share this with everyone because the Vision just made their biggest statement yet. Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed destroyed CM Punk and Logan Paul, and WWE is chaos right now. Monday Night Raw just got dangerous. The Vision is hunting stars, and nobody is safe. This is the kind of unpredictable storytelling that makes wrestling must-see. Let's see where this explosive situation goes next.